Getting our first win for the program was awesome, and I commend the girls and their hard work because I'm proud for them because that's something that there's only one first, and that's something that won't ever be able to nobody can take that away from you. I was given the opportunity to start the program here at Campbellsville University, and we're the first college in the state of Kentucky to have it. We're one of only 18 colleges that offer it as a scholarship sport. I worked at Campbellsville Independent Schools for 27 years. I was a middle school principal, coached football, worked as assistant superintendent, finance director. Was able to retire from that position with 27 years of service back in June. And so that kind of played into it. And my heart always, I want to get back into coaching. I can't play, so I want to coach. If I could play, I still would, but the bones and the muscles won't let me. Coaching is as close as you can get to that. Coaching women's sports is something that's new to me as well, so it's been a learning curve. I've got two great assistants, Jeff Richardson, which we coached football together, high school football together for several years. Sarah Leachman, she's a registered nurse, and she's kind of the team mom, I guess you'd say, too, and helps bridge that gap, you know, with these girls. And we've got kids from Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, California, Tennessee. So it's a wide range, and we've got a lot of different ability levels. So it's been fun kind of going back to the basics of coaching, the fundamentals and the basics, kind of going back to the roots of coaching and teaching them the game. And so that's been exciting too as well. So, and then to build on that and see where we've come from August until now, and we're at a competitive level with some of these teams that have been playing for 2 to 3 years. Teaching the game of football is you're also teaching a game of flag. You know, it's football, but it's also flag, which has some variants of the rules and some little things. The experience I had that's similar to that was with 7-on-7 summer passing league in high school football. With a twist. In flag, every person on the field is eligible as a receiver, so the center can snap a ball and run a route. We've had to learn the rules as well as teach the rules. Obviously, there are some differences for some of the girls that played high school and now are playing collegiately. Those rules are different as well. Not only you're teaching the rules and stuff, but you're also teaching plays and positions and responsibilities. And again, like I said, it's the rules are different. It's a 80-yard long field, 40 yards wide, as opposed to 50 and 100, for tackle football. They have static first downs. So some of those things are different, and even different from, like I said, from the high school. A lot of the high schools play with what they call a tearaway flag. So all you have to do is rip at the belt, and the belt will come off and the play is dead. In NAI collegiate ball, we have what they call poppers, and you actually have to remove the popper flag from the belt, and the belt stays stationary. So it's a lot more difficult pull. So there's a lot of teaching, a lot of instruction, a lot of drills, a lot of fundamentals that we have to do, for the game as well as the rules portion. Getting our first win for the program was awesome, and I commend the girls and their hard work because I'm proud for them. Because that's something that there's only one first, and that's something that won't ever be able to nobody can take that away from you. We've had 2 wins right now. We should have had a couple more. We lost a couple really close games. One was in double overtime. We're happy for the success we've had, but we want to build on that. And we go to Georgia this Saturday. We play Reinhardt, and we want to get back in the win column. They beat us really close here last week. 12-7, so we want to reverse that score and get on the winning end of it again. We learned a lot from the standpoint of a lot of the mistakes that we're making we're self-inflicting those mistakes, and if we clean up our stuff and get more reps, I think that's going to help. I think we have a good game plan. Like I said, the coaching staff does a really good job of watching film and studying and trying to put people in the right positions, and we're still learning where the right position is for each person. And it's they may have played a rusher or a receiver in high school, but here on this team, he may have to play a different spot. You may have to play a running back or a defensive linebacker. So we're still learning a lot of those things, and we're growing. It's a very fast-paced game. You've got to be in shape. Most of the time when you go play a game, you'll play at least 2 in one day, sometimes 3. So it's very tough physically and mentally as well, because you're preparing not only for one team for a game, you're preparing for maybe 2 or 3 teams and the different things that they do. So that has been a challenge as well. Our game plan this week, we talked a lot about this, we just got to clean up our mistakes. We moved the ball well against them last time, but we just didn't get it in the end zone. There was multiple times that we were inside the red zone and didn't come away with points. And this game is so quick, you've got to take advantage of every opportunity. And we had 3 times in under a minute left to go in the game where we had the ball hit receivers' hands in the end zone and didn't come away with points. And so we've got to clean it up. Defensively, I think we've got a good game plan for that. They've got a lot of speed on their team. We mix it up a lot. We actually probably run more than most flag teams do, but that's one of our strengths. We've got some really good running backs, and we can get the ball in their hands quick. And Presley Payne plays running back for us, and we talk about being able to move your hips. And because that's what you got to do. You got to be able to move your hips and be able to get away from the defender to get that flag so they can't pull it. And she does an excellent job of that. And we've got some other people that play in those positions that from the receiver spot, J.C. Harper and Lexi Thomas, and Allie Kuros, Marissa Rankin. They all run the ball well. And Emma Walker is one that's joined us now. She's done with wrestling, and she's been a part of the team since the beginning. But we've had to share her with wrestling, but now we've got her full-time now that Mid-South Conference is over. And so we're looking forward to having her on the field as well as her teammate Gabby. Some of the things as far as adjustments in the red zone that we've talked about trying to do is we're trying some different formations to try to create a imbalance and to give us an advantage. And again, a lot of that is derived from watching film and trying to come up with to put your players in the best situation possible, to give yourself an advantage. And a lot of that comes, that doesn't happen on game day. That happens, the week before or weeks before as you're preparing and trying to come up with a game plan to put yourself in the right situation to have opportunity to score and ultimately, win. Some of the goals that we have talked about and we have said was obviously to get our first win, and we've done that. We're preparing for the national tournament that's in Atlanta in May. So there'll be, I think there's 16 teams that are going to participate in that tournament. Again, we've got teams that'll be there that have been playing for 3 or 4 years. There's some that'll be there like us, that'll be their first year competing there. So that's a great experience, and we're preparing for that, but we're right now kind of midway through our season. Because there are so few teams, you play a lot of games kind of compacted in a short amount of time. Just like we had 6 games over a 3-day period back last week here. So we go to Georgia this weekend. The week after that, we go to Florida. We've got 5 games in Florida while we're down there. Then we go to Wisconsin. So there is some travel involved because, again, there are so few teams. And once other teams, start popping up, and I'm sure they will, not only across the state but in other states that are closer proximity, then it will change the dynamics of how we travel and how we play. Right now there is a lot of travel, but it's exciting too. That's a great opportunity for these kids to get out and I love to travel, and I try to expose them to some different things. And we may stop at a state park and see something, or stop at Cumberland Falls, or see the world's largest ball of twine. We're going to come up with something. We'll probably go to a cheese factory when we're in Wisconsin, or go to the beach when we're in Florida. Just try to do some things where they get the opportunity to see something besides just the football field. The things I'd like to talk about our program is I want to encourage female student athletes, not only in Kentucky but other surrounding states. Maybe that you've been football's been a part of your life, but you've never had the opportunity to play, or you just played in a powder puff game at homecoming. There's opportunity out there, and it's the best time for the opportunity is right now. And it takes a little bit of courage to step out there and say, hey, I want to try to do this. But we'll open the doors. You can come and work out with our team, go through a practice, come visit campus. I think you'll find that Campbellsville University has some of the nicest facilities of anywhere, not only in the state of Kentucky, but in the U.S. for a small college. Christian atmosphere. I like the energy and the enthusiasm that our team brings to the table. We're all learning as it goes. It's being a foundational year in our first year. If it's something it's in here and you'd like to make it a reality and see what we're all about here, then please reach out and see if you can schedule a campus visit. And and see if flag football is maybe for you.